You're bidding government contracts every single day. You spend hours and hours on SAM.gov. You're calling vendors, getting quotes, writing the best proposals, leveraging ChatGPT. You're doing the activities, but you're not winning the government contracts. Why? In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why you're not winning government contracts, even though you are doing all the steps. My name is Desmond, and we help businesses win government contracts. And please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and support the channel so I can keep creating videos for you guys. I've actually built a phenomenal government contracting software that will teach you exactly step by step how to win these contracts and give you all the tools and resources that you need. I'll put a link in the description below and you can start for free, okay? Now, why are you not winning government contracts? It honestly comes down to three main things, okay? The first is information. There's information, there's strategy, and there's execution, okay? When it comes to information, you might have all the information. You've watched all the YouTube videos, you've bought this program, that program, done this many challenges. You have all the information, right? You understand government contracting. Phenomenal. Second is strategy. You might not have the strategy, but you think you have the strategy, and that's fine. And third is execution. You're able to find contracts and do all the work all the way till you submit the bid, right? Essentially, you're a chef. You have all the tools, all the ingredients, all the pots. You have everything. You're in the kitchen, a world-class kitchen, but you can't cook a good meal, aka win the contract. Why is that? It comes down to having the recipe, okay? It comes down to having the strategy. What type of contracts are you finding? What are you bidding? What's your pricing strategy? What's your proposal writing strategy? What opportunities are you working on, right? There's all these different variables that you're probably overlooking that make it easier for you to win these government contracts. You're also probably bidding on contracts rather than opportunities. So strategy is why I see most people struggle, right? They have the information, they lack this strategy, but they're executing. You see what I'm saying? So there's information, strategy, and execution. If let's say you're in Maryland and you want to go from Maryland to California, you're going west. If somebody tells you to go north, just drive north straight, you'll eventually get to California. You have the wrong information. It doesn't matter how good you execute or how good your strategy is, you're going the wrong way. That's the wrong information, right? So the first thing is you must have the right information. And the beautiful thing about government contracting is it's completely free to do and there's information everywhere. But because there's so much information in the marketplace, it's hard to know who to listen to, what strategy to deploy, right? Because everybody teaches the same thing, but do it differently. You see what I'm saying? So you first need to have the right information. Again, YouTube is phenomenal. There's a lot of good information out there, but you're watching all these videos. This person might be talking about step number 35. This other video is step number 23. This video is step number 2, right? But because you're watching all these videos in all these different orders, you're confused, you're overwhelmed, and you don't know how to simply understand what they're saying and put it in a sequential order to where it's A, B, C, D, E. You see what I'm saying? Government contracting is very linear. It's literally step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. You see what I'm saying? But if you're learning the information and you don't have the right order, you're going to be overwhelmed. So the first thing is you need the right information, okay? And rather than watch thousands of videos, pick somebody and just watch their videos, okay? Watch their videos, learn what they do, buy all their products, learn from them, and learn the exact same steps. But once you understand the information, that's it, okay? Once you have information, that's it. Step 2 is now the strategy. With the right information, you need the right strategy. You see what I'm saying? You need the right strategy. Without the right strategy, you're going to be doing things wrong, right? You're going to be doing things wrong. Now, the strategy is the vehicle, right? If you have the wrong strategy, that's like walking from Maryland to California. It would take you extremely long to get there. You might get lucky and hit the right exit, get on the right road and walk and eventually get there, but you're leaving things up to chance, right? And I don't want to build a business based on chance, right? I want to know what I did to become successful. And the thing is, a lot of you guys cannot replicate your success because you don't know what you did to make this work. You see what I'm saying? So strategy is very important. What's your vehicle? What's your strategy to go from Maryland to California? What's the strategy? Are you going to walk? Are you going to ride a bike? You're going to catch a flight? You're going to drive? If you're driving, what car are you driving? Are you driving 1973 Hoopty? Or are you driving a 2025 Ferrari? You see what I'm saying? So the strategy is essentially the vehicle that you're using to go from point A to point B. And if you have the wrong strategy, it might take you significantly longer than it needs to take you. You follow me? And then the third step is now execution. Are you finding contracts? Are you writing proposals? Are you working with vendors? Are you doing the activities to get the results? And most of you guys are not doing the activity. No matter how good your information is and how good your strategy is, if you don't get in that car and drive, you're not going to go from Maryland to California. You see what I'm saying? The information tells you the direction to go. The strategy is the vehicle you're going to use to start to go in there. But the execution is you physically getting in that car and driving, okay? Now, I've spoken to so many business owners and they usually struggle in two places for the most part, right? They might have the right information, but they don't have their strategy and they're not bidding government contracts. If you're not bidding contracts, you're not going to win the contract. I don't care how great you are, you're not going to win. Granted, you can definitely win subcontracting opportunities, but you are still bidding, just bidding indirectly. You're not really bidding to the government. You're more so communicating with business owners, and bidding with them, right? So you're still doing some execution. It's just not you bidding your own government contracts. And some of you guys just have your certifications and you market yourself well and people approach you. That's phenomenal. You're essentially a magnet and you attract businesses, right? That's good. But those of us that are not magnets, right? We have to go out there and hunt and eat what we kill. We have to go out there, find contracts and pursue those contracts. And that's why strategy is very important, because with the right strategy, you will know what type of contracts to bid, what areas make more sense for you. You will know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and you'll be able to formulate a strategy that helps increase your probability of winning. I've spoken to so many people. They've submitted 50 bids, 100 bids, and won one. And I asked them, what's your strategy? How do you know what bids to pursue? How do you price your contracts? What types of contracts are you bidding? I don't know. I just go on SAM and see what I can do and do. That's your strategy? Well, that strategy is like taking a 1820 hoopty with an old engine and 300,000 miles trying to drive from Maryland to California. It's probably not going to make it. Granted, it might make it, but it's going to require a lot of TLC. You're going to have to pull over on the side of the road and do this and do that just to get it going again, right? And that's why most people quit, because they buy all the courses, they have all the information, right? Cool, they have the information. And then they start finding contracts, they're making progress. They bid, they lose. It's like, but what's your strategy though? That's why people burn out. They burn out because they have the wrong strategy, okay? So government contracting is phenomenal. You can make a lot of money with this in this industry. But if you don't have the strategy, the go-to-market strategy, because every business has a different strategy, right? My business strategy is different than your business strategy. The things that I want to go after, different than what you got to go after, right? I'm better in these places. You're better in these places right here. We have a different business. So you cannot buy a course to learn strategy, right? You have to communicate with somebody that knows all this stuff and can understand your business, your strengths, your location, and then formulate a strategy that aligns with your business goals and get you to where you want to get to. You follow me? So strategy is a very important skill, specifically in government contracting, because if you have the wrong strategy, you're not gonna know what type of contracts to bid, right? You're gonna be approaching opportunities the wrong way. You're not gonna know how to position yourself against your competition, right? There's been a lot of things that you don't honestly know, and it's gonna make it harder for you to win these government contracts. And that's why you need a strategy, because you cannot just Google a winning strategy, right? Most programs give you the tools, the resources, but it's not tailored to help you as far as like helping you with your individual strategy. They are phenomenal at giving you information and telling you how to execute, but what's the strategy, okay? So hopefully you understand that to win government contracts is a three-pronged approach. There's information, there's strategy, and there's execution. If you have the wrong information, you're probably going the wrong way. If you have the wrong strategy, definitely gonna go the wrong way. You might get lucky and accidentally find your way, but you're leaving it up to chance. And third is execution. You must execute, okay? So information, that's all over YouTube. I have videos, other people have videos, watch the videos, learn everything, right? But the strategy piece, man, oh my goodness. Like you have to communicate with somebody and tell them what your business is, tell them what your goals is, right? That way they can give you the right direction and say, okay, you have the information, go straight by 10 miles, make a left right there, go straight, go right, go this way, and then get you to the destination, right? So again, you need to have the right strategy if you are serious about winning these government contracts. Let me look at my notes and see if I'm missing anything. That was really the main point of the video, because I see people talking all the time about how like they're doing the work, they're bidding contracts, but they're not winning. Why are you not winning? It's your strategy. What's your and this thing baffles me too, right? A lot of people do not have a pricing strategy. Like they'll find a contract, call a vendor, get a quote. Well, I got a quote for $30,000. I want to make $10,000 on this. Let me add $10,000 on top and submit the bid for $40,000. That's your strategy? Just throw a random number on top of your cost? Okay, right? That might work every now and then, but you cannot replicate that. So imagine you build a team, you hire your team members, right? You teach them the information. You don't give them no strategy though, right? You give them the information, but you don't give them the strategy. Then they go and start finding contracts and start executing. And then when it's time to price, they ask you, hey, what should you put profit on this? Well, Add 20K, add 5K. How'd you get to that? I don't know. It makes sense. Got it. How will your team be able to grow the business without you? Right? You need to teach them a formula that they can duplicate. So you need to have the right strategy if you're not winning government contracts. It's not that you lack information. It's not that you lack clarity or you lack execution. No, you lack strategy. What's the strategy? Because if you have the right strategy, you're going to be bidding contracts that you have no business bidding. You will lose contracts that you could have easily won. And eventually you will burn out. And I see this all the time, okay? So if you want to have the right strategy, in fact, if you want to have the right information, the right strategy, and help executing, that way you get a better ROI than what you're getting right now, click the link down below and start your free trial. Start for free. You can literally start for free in my software where we'll teach you everything, give you the support you need, and help you with strategy. We meet with our clients literally every single day to answer questions, give them guidance, review the proposals, review the pricing, and overall just help them win these government contracts. So if you're tired of losing these bids and you want somebody to literally lift up the hood of your business and see what's going on and help you build a better engine, that way your engine can take it to the destination, right? Then click the link down below, start your free trial. In fact, even get my book, right? I got a book here called The Winning Government Contractor. Get the copy of the book too. It covers everything in there. This book by far is gonna literally give you everything you need. Like, I gave all my secrets into this, okay? Like, I was really scared to write this book because I knew that if I had to write a book, I would have to give away everything. And I gave you guys a lot in that book. So grab a copy of the book and start for free in our software. And let's help you win these government contracts. But you really need those three things, okay? You need the right information, you need the right strategy, and you need execution. If you have the information and you're executing and you're not winning government contracts, it's probably because you lack the strategy. If you're executing and you have the strategy, but you don't know what you're doing, you lack information, right? You have the right information and you have the right strategy and you're not executing, nothing is happening. You follow me? You need all three of those things if you want to win government contracts. And more than likely, if you're losing opportunities and you're bidding, it's probably because you have the wrong strategy and you're looking at government contracting the wrong way. So start for free and let's help you fix your strategy. You are one contract away. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and put your questions in the comments down below. I'm going to answer all questions and post a video every single day, so make sure to subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Let's go.